Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students of 7th class, this is lecture number 9 and we are on paragraph number 6 of second chapter from Punjab textbook. Okay, first listen this paragraph, then I will explain. Most of the villages have only one or two wells. Village women do the tiresome duty of fetching water from these wells. They also work with their female family members in the fields. Men are mostly farmers who do the work of sowing, growing, and harvesting crops. It is altogether a hard and tiresome work. Listen again and underline some words. Most of the villages have only one or two wells. Village women do the tiresome duty of fetching water from these wells. They also work with their male family members in the fields. Men are mostly farmers who do the work of sowing, growing, and harvesting crops. It is altogether a hard and tiresome work. Now listen this again. Most of the villages have only one or two wells. Wells means springs, source of water, जिसको हम कुआं कहते हैं, okay? Well springs, कुआं. तो गांव के अंदर कुएं होते हैं पानी के लिए. Village women do the tiresome duty of fetching water from these wells. Village women, they do the tiresome duty. Tiresome means tedious or causing tiredness. थका देने वाली ड्यूटी, थका देने वाला एक फरीज़ा अंजाम देती है. कौन सा? Of fetching water from these wells. इन कुओं से पानी भर कर ले आने का. वो fetch means to go somewhere and bring something. कहीं पे जाना और ले आना. Fetch लेकर आना. पानी ले आने का फरीज़ा जो है, tiresome ड्यूटी जो है, ये ख़वातीन अंजाम देती हैं. थका देने वाली ड्यूटी. They also work with their male family members in the fields. खेतों में भी काम करती हैं. Men are mostly farmers who do the work of sowing, growing, and harvesting crops. Men do in the fields the work of planting, sowing, planting, यानी कि फसल लगाना, उगाना, लगाना, growing, and harvesting. Harvest means reaping or to cut and gather crops. यानी कि जब फसलों को काटा जाता है और इकट्ठा किए जाते हैं, that is called harvest. Okay, there are three stages for the crops. First one is sowing, means planting, plantation, then growing, and then at the end harvesting, to cut and gather the crops. Okay, this work is done mostly by the men, but in sometimes women also help them in fields. It is altogether a hard and tiresome work. This work is altogether. Altogether means completely, totally, मुकम्मल तौर पे. Hard, very. This is very hard work. Okay, mean बहुत सख्त काम है. And tiresome work. Tiresome, थका देने वाला. Now see paragraph number 7 and 8. A village has a rural health center where the patients are checked and given medicines. A village normally has small shops situated here and there. For shopping in bulk, the villagers have to go to the nearest town. The village panchayat works for the welfare of the villagers and looks after the needs of the people. It helps the villagers by settling their disputes. It also helps in improving their working and living conditions. Now listen again and underline some difficult words and phrases. The village has a rural health center where patients are checked and given medicines. A village normally has a small shops situated here and there. For shopping in bulk, The villagers have to go to the nearest town. The village panchayat. Okay, this is actually Punjabi or Urdu word that is used in English as well. Panchayat works for welfare of the villagers and looks after the needs of the people. It helps the villagers by settling their disputes. It also helps in improving their working and living conditions. Now see again, a village has a rural health center where patients are checked and given medicines. Every village has a rural health center. Rural of village मतलब एक देहाती सेहत का मरकज जो मौजूद होता है हर गांव में where patients are checked and they are given medicines. A village normally has small shops situated here and there at different places. Okay? They are not normally at the one place, at one market. There are many small shops here and there on different places. For shopping in bulk, if you want to shop something in bulk, in large quantity, ज़्यादा मिकदार में अगर shopping करनी हो, for that the villagers have to go to the nearest town. The village panchayat. Panchayat is a village council or group of the village elders जो बड़े होते हैं और किसी गांव के उनके लिए council एक group बना होता है. That is also called in some areas jarga. So panchayat works for welfare of villagers. This group of elders of the villagers, this panchayat works for the welfare, for the betterment, for the prosperity of the villagers and look after the needs of the people. It takes care the needs, लोगों की ज़रूरियात का ख्याल रखती है और दूसरे फैसले भी यही पंचायत करती है. It helps the villagers by settling their disputes. It also helps their villagers settling, resolve, solve, sort out करना, clear up करना, settling their disputes, their quarrels. लड़ाई झगड़ा हो जाए तो उसको फैसला, उसको solve करना भी किसी पंचायत के जिम्मे होता है. It also helps in improving their working and living conditions. उनके रहन सहन की हालत को बेहतर करने के लिए भी पंचायत काम करती है. Next two paragraphs. On the whole, the villagers are simple people. They live like a family. They share each other's joys and sorrows. Our villagers have retained their old traditions and customs. Anjan's father enjoyed his stay with his parents. He came back to his home fully refreshed. Okay. On the whole, the villagers are simple people. On the whole, in general, मजमूई तौर पर, अमूमी तौर पर, the villagers are simple people. They live like a family. They share each other's joy and sorrow. Sorrow, suffering, sadness, opposite of joy. एक दूसरे की खुशियाँ और गमों को बांटते हैं, शेयर करते हैं. Our villagers have retained their old traditions and customs. Our villagers have retained, they have kept, keep, to have, मतलब पाबंद होते हैं, बाकी रखते हैं. Their old traditions and customs, अपने रस्मों रवाज को, traditions, beliefs, customs, practices, जो उनके अमाल रस्म और रवाज होते हैं, जो beliefs होते हैं, उनको बाकी रखते हैं. Anjan's father enjoyed his stay with his parents and he came back to his home fully refreshed. Now homework for today's lesson. First exercise is write the meanings of the following words and use them into sentences by your own. The words have been given, you will write meanings as well as their sentences. Okay. Next exercise that you will write is find out adjectives and adverbs and tell their kinds. As in first part of this chapter you have done this exercise, you will do the same exercise. Next is write the answers of the following question. What is the daily routine of villagers? What does the panchayat do for the villagers? How are the Pakistani villages? How do the villagers retain old traditions and customs? What is it better to live? Why is it better to live in healthy environment? Exercise 4 is write a paragraph of 60 to 70 words on my village. My village is the topic of your paragraph. You will write this paragraph in 60 to 70 words with the help of the following mind map. Okay, I am showing you a mind map. With the help of this mind map, you will write a paragraph of 60 to 70 words. Okay, here is the mind map. This is mind map. My village is the topic. Okay, you will write the name of your village. Then where is it situated? Okay, its location. Then what is the population of your village? Okay, school, post offices, markets, hospitals, other facilities that are provided in your village, you will write them. Then what is the occupation of the people? Okay, what are the jobs or work of the people in your villages? Your feelings for your villages. How do you feel about your village? The environment of village, atmosphere. Any special attraction, okay, that can, any special thing about your village that can attract the other people. Okay, these are some points. With the help of these points and this sequence, you can write a paragraph of 60 to 70 words on your own village.